All right, everybody, welcome to Heartbeatz. DJ Caroline Demore here, and finally, after hours of waiting, my special guest arrived.
Sorry, we were late.
I'm just kidding. I'm sitting here with the EC twins. What up, guys?
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm amazing.
I was on time. It was him. He was late to pick me up.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, I was asleep.
How old were you when you guys went to your first, electronic event, like rave or what?
Yeah, when we went to our first one, I'd say probably 16 years old. We'd left home and we'd been going to...
What do you mean, you just ran away?
No.
Yeah, no, actually, yes. We fucking ran.
We ran away, but we didn't run away from our parents because they weren't there anyway. That's a whole other Dickensian tale we can say for another time. But we left home, moved to Scotland, and we would go to these local pubs, bars. Everybody's having bar fights and stuff, and look at us. We can't bar fight.
No, you're too pretty.
I'm just feminine. I'm fragile. It's not for me. And the music was crappy.
I did my best.
Yeah. The music was crappy and tough guy. Music was crappy and stuff like that. And I was working in Topshop. And a bunch of girls and gay dudes came in there and bought clothes from me.
He's really making it sound a lot more glamorous than it was, but the bottom line is that we came from the projects and we were sick and tired of going to dead-end bars and getting in fights that were surrounding the projects. So we moved to Edinburgh and we went to what was at the time a gay and gay-friendly club. Even though we're straight, it was more friendly to us and more accepting and easier to get along, and nobody was fighting. And I remember the first song that I heard through the wooden walls of the club at the time was a song called Disco's Revenge by Gusto. It was a house song, and as soon as we walked in, it was just really glam, and there was no labels, and there was black people and white people, and it was just a really mixed crowd, and everyone was getting along, and that was it. So it wasn't just the music, because we'd always heard house music growing up in Manchester.
It was the scene.
But it was the culture of the scene as well, which
there
was just
there was absolutely no threat of violence. There was no threat of ignorance in there, and everybody just danced to the music. It was like Studio 54. It just blew our minds, and that was it. That one night we were like, we're in. One
of my first times I ever saw you boys, you were DJing in Paris Hilton's living room.
Right, yeah.
And you know what's really funny about that? I've DJ'd in her living room, Afrojack's DJ'd in her living room. I've seen, I think every DJ at some point in their career ends up in Paris Hilton's living room.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true.
I think she's the epitome of the club kid, isn't she?
Absolutely. She is the ultimate club kid.
We knew that scene existed out here, and we knew you guys were all out here doing your thing, and it was getting a lot of press, and there was no house music here, so that's why we came to Los Angeles. We knew if we could hook you guys, it'd spread across America.
I think the irony of that situation was, that there'd been a famous argument in Europe between Steve Angello and her ex-boyfriend.
It wasn't Miami, but whatever.
Oh,
in Miami, yeah, but it came across to Europe.
Steve Angello and Afrojack?
He requested hip-hop, and Steve Angello had refused to play it, and there'd been a big argument. And in that same year, we DJ'd Paris's birthday and her ex-boyfriend's birthday, both of whom were famous for not liking house music, so it was a good yardstick to judge how far we'd come with educating.
Well, how far house music had come,
Yeah.
We knew if we came to America, that's why we came here. We knew we have to, in order to break America, we have to go to Los Angeles. The media's there. The word of mouth is powerful there, so that's why we came here. It's not necessarily that we wanted to be in Hollywood, but we knew it was
absolutely. And you guys have been I think pioneers in LA in the electronic music scene. I saw billboards.
We were pioneers in LA, and then we went to Vegas and pioneered that as well, even though they told us we couldn't. They told us we couldn't do it in LA and it wouldn't be done. They told us if you go to Vegas, you'll play one week, and even if you do a great show, the next week it's a completely different crowd because they're tourists and everybody will forget. But the way we saw it is if we went to Vegas and did our thing and everybody had a great show, they'd all go home to Arizona, Texas, New York, wherever they've come from, and Alabama, whatever,
right.
spread the word
right.
about what they'd seen, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks, pleasure. Thanks for having us.